in trouble here.
Big left and right, landed by Bagattin.
Opperman being pushed to the limit here by fired-up Dino Bagattin.
It was a tough fight. I dropped about 50 elbows on his head.
Dishing out so much damage as Dino Bagattin.
And the dude still kept going.
I think what Dino did against Michiel really broke Michiel.
Delivering so much abuse to the face of Michiel Opperman.
Oh! Big shot that he threw. Incredible performance by Bagattin.
He's wanted it more, Dirk.
I knew I'd become champion.
And the new EFC Africa Welterweight champion!
I'm still confident I'll stay champion. This is part of my destiny.
Henry Hercules Fadipe! Oh, Fadipe! But not into trouble.
That's the only fight I've actually gone in there with the intentions of really hurting somebody, you know.
Oh, he tapped out! Fadipe has beaten the Punisher!
A lot of people have sort of maybe underestimated Henry and Henry's ability. I think Henry's credibility went up in people's eyes after the Martin fight.
Oh, he's knocked him out! He's knocked him out! Oh my goodness me! Henry Fadipe knocks him out with a vicious elbow.
You can ask Martin, you can ask Opperman. I tag you once and that's all I need, you know. You're either going down and I finish you down or you're going out, simple as.
The EFC Africa welterweight champion Dino Bagattin is set to defend his title against the heavy-hitting Nigerian-born Henry Fadipe. Plus, the featherweight #1 contendership is on the line as Brendan Katz takes on the highly rated Barnes Nienaber. This is the EFC Africa 29 Countdown, proudly brought to you by BetExchange.com. Henry Fadipe was born in Lagos, Nigeria, and at 11 years of age, his family decided on a different life for Henry and his siblings and moved to Ireland.
I actually didn't know. I was kind of, one day my mom just woke us up and like, hey, get ready. I'm going, okay. Found myself in Ireland. When I came, there weren't that many black people around. Myself and my brother were the first black people to go to my school down there in Clonokon, and it was tough.
Henry took up boxing to defend himself against the local bullies, and it was there that he discovered his love for martial arts.
After a few fights, a few cuts and all that, I got into boxing. After boxing, I went into karate. It turned from self-defense to something I actually loved. Like, I just fell in love with it and stuck to it. When I went to college, I was actually going to be a mechanical engineer because I've been in love with cars, like there's car stuff all over my house. I went into electromechanical engineering. I did that for 3 years. That's when I actually got into MMA.
Henry walked through our doors as a young 18-year-old. He was quite raw, quite wild in a lot of his movements, but always had this amazing potential, and a lot of other coaches seen a potential, this raw African power. And then we said, we can harness that African power with Irish fighting spirit. I think we have a world champion here.
It's crazy to think that Henry Fadipe only got introduced to mixed martial arts 4 years ago, whereas Dino Bagattin debuted in EFC Africa 4 years ago.
Making his EFC Africa debut at EFC 01, Bagattin stepped into the hexagon with a huge reputation, beating Chad Hepburn in the first round.
Dino Bagattin came into EFC Africa already as an established athlete. He was 5-0, and at EFC Africa 02, the lack of his ground game got heavily exposed by Adam Speechley.
After the Speechley loss, Bagattin went back to the drawing board and went on to destroy his next 3 opponents, including an impressive performance against John Luba at EFC 08.
Dino unloading. Oh, he's knocked him out.
Dino Bagattin was on a 3-fight winning streak, and then he was exposed on the ground again when he fought Michiel Opperman.
Dino Bagattin taps out!
Oh my goodness, Michiel gets the submission victory.
Michiel Opperman submits Dino Bagattin.
After the loss against Opperman, Bagattin returned to face Francois Kabulu, a fight he won after a 3-round battle. Next up was fellow title contender Martin van Staden.
This was a massive fight for both athletes, with the winner being guaranteed a title shot.
This is going to be a proper war. These two do not like each other at all.
But there's no better time for the two of them to fight each other than right now. play. Big overhead right by Martin. Knocked Dino straight down to the floor. Dino unloading combination. Oh, that time Dino catches Martin with a very nice left hook. Bagattin holding on for dear life, and he taps out! Martin gets the victory with the downstroke.
After a seesaw battle, Van Staden eventually came out on top. It was time for Bagattin to reevaluate and reinvent himself once more.
Whatever it is that Dino needs in order to get in touch with the champion inside of him, that's all in the mind. That's all constructs of the mind, and that's all him within himself. All I do is I uncover it and I show him how to get there. And once he's there, I make sure he stays there.
The loss to Martin van Staden was a big blow for Dino Bagattin, and he knew he had to turn it around, and boy did he ever.
Next challenge for Bagattin was the former welterweight champion Dallas Jacoby. It was all one-way traffic as a massively improved and more aggressive Bagattin got the win with a third-round TKO victory.
Comes in. That time he rocked him.
He has rocked him.
Jacoby is in big trouble.
Huge trouble here.
Big trouble. Bagattin is looking for the knockout. He's looking to finish.
Jacoby still on his feet.
Big
Unbelievable.
elbow in the clinch. Referee
stops it.
steps in.
Stops it.
Calls the end of the fight.
Dino Bagattin gets the victory.
Bagattin then backed up this performance with an impressive second-round TKO victory over Tyron Rightford.
Drop to the right hand by Bagattin. Rightford is hurt. Dino tries to get over.
It's done. Dino Bagattin
to the fight.
The new and improved Bagattin was set for the title shot he so badly craved.
Those wins over Dallas Jacoby and Tyron Rightford really set Dino Bagattin up for a rematch against Michiel Opperman and prove that he is the best welterweight on the continent.
I've been with EFC from EFC 1, you know. I've been waiting for that title shot. I've seen guys, you know, come into the organization at the same time as me. They aren't even around anymore. I'm still around, you know, I waited patiently.
Champion looks to be in trouble
Big
here.
left and right, landed by Bagattin.
Opperman being pushed to the limit here by a fight-up Dino Bagattin, dishing out so much damage as Dino Bagattin, delivering so much abuse to the face of Michiel Opperman.
Oh! Big shot that he threw. Incredible performance by Bagattin.
He's wanted it more, Dirk.
And the new EFC Africa welterweight champion, Dino The Lion Bagattin.
It was definitely a long time coming, I believe. But yeah, the honeymoon is now over, and now it's all about keeping the belt for a very long time.
Dino Bagattin is the EFC Africa welterweight champion, but in the background, a challenger rose in the ranks, a man set on destroying Bagattin's dream and claiming the title for himself.
Henry Fadipe is one dangerous dude. He went up against a former welterweight champion and a former welterweight title contender, and he beat them up in style.
Henry Fadipe made his EFC Africa debut at middleweight due to a last-minute fight change. His new opponent, the powerhouse Tumelo Maputa.
My first time there, all the lights and all that, just the whole experience was new to me.
It was all new, so there was a lot of nerves, not only just for Henry, but for me as a coach. And literally there was two of us fighting the rest of South Africa at that stage. We did hear one little lonely fan in the background calling Henry's name, which sort of gave us a little bit of a perk. Well, somebody loves us.
Nigerian Irish.
No! Maputa right landed by Maputa. Fadipe now tries for a takedown.
Closes the gap.
Oh, big shot landed by Fadipe.
Very few fighters have stood toe-to-toe with Tumelo. Henry Fadipe took the best Tumelo had to offer, and he even managed to rock the big man from Pretoria.
He hits hard. I like a good challenge. He was a good challenge.
A respectable draw against Maputa was enough for Fadipe to make people sit up and take notice. But it was his next fight that got the MMA community talking.
Martin van Staden was coming off a couple of good wins, and he was really considered to be the #1 title contender until he met Henry Fadipe.
Big shot landed by Fadipe. Van Staden's in trouble.
Henry took it a little bit personal because Martin got a little bit personal with Henry, which he doesn't really understand why, so then there was a bit of smack talk going between them, and as the man says, the rest was history after 2 minutes, you know. The smack talk lasts longer.
Oh, he taps out! Fadipe has beaten the Punisher!
In over 25 fights, Martin van Staden had never been put down. It only took Henry Fadipe 30 seconds and he'd already knocked Martin van Staden to the floor. This guy can hit like nothing I've ever seen before.
A dominant performance that sent shockwaves through the division. Henry Fadipe was the real deal. His toughest test was yet to come, though, as the former welterweight champion Michiel Opperman stood in the Irishman's way.
Fadipe silenced a lot of critics with his performance against Martin van Staden, but it was the Opperman fight where people really took note of just how dangerous he is.
And he was going to try and take me down. I thought he was going to do much more on the ground, but when he got me there, he was sort of just holding me. He wasn't really doing much. He was really strong. He was controlling the fight. He was going to, he would have won if it went 3 rounds.
During the second round, I just said to Henry, basically, Henry, you're just going to have to knock this guy out. We're fighting this guy in his hometown. He's getting the points. He's getting the judges. He's just lying on top of you. He's doing nothing to try and win this fight. So I said just to Henry, if you don't go and knock him out, I'll go in and knock you out.
Oh, he's knocked him out! He's knocked him out! Oh my goodness me! Henry Fadipe knocks him out with a vicious elbow.
With the most vicious knockout I've ever seen in EFC Africa, Henry Fadipe proved why he is the #1 title contender.
Henry Hercules Fadipe!
At EFC Africa 29, defending welterweight champion Dino The Lion Bagattin lays it all on the line against the Nigerian-born Henry Hercules Fadipe, the hardest-hitting welterweight on the continent.
Bagattin is looking for the knockout.
And the new welterweight champion!
Henry Fadipe knocks him out. Calling a shot for the title. Dino Bagattin, hope you're watching.
An intense rivalry will finally be settled. EFC Africa 29, Bagattin versus Fadipe. 1 May, Carnival City. Tickets and broadcast information at efcafrica.com.
The key to ever improving is to stay training. You know, we fighters, we get paid to fight, and you know, keep improving is simple. Stay in the gym.
Ever since becoming champion, Bagattin has increased the intensity as well as the frequency of his training. He knows he's got a big target on his back right now.
Dino's he's put on hold his personal training. And now he's back at the Linden gym. And he's working hand in hand with Peter to really refine his striking, because that's where he will keep this fight.
No, when Dino gets into his training camp, and training camp's 100% underway, he's a very hard worker. You know, he's the type of guy who doesn't give up. He's got a lot of character and he's got big match temperament in the gym as well as on fight night.
Dino has probably had the best fight camp he's ever had.
You know, they do the hard work and they give me the expected miles that I expect from them. Things and adjustments are happening right now, so we're in a good place. I think for this fight, we're in a very good place.
It's no secret that Dino Bagattin trains exceptionally hard, but they have upped their game for this fight.
Come and get it, Fadipe. Come and get it. Yes, I am the champion, but I'm preparing for this fight like I'm the underdog. Which I am. Everyone's like, ooh, Fadipe knocked Michiel out, ooh, Fadipe this, and ooh, Fadipe that, and he tore Martin's knee. I don't give a all right? I'm training to fight you, I'm training to beat you.
You're going to see a vastly different Henry. You're going to see a more explosive Henry, a fitter Henry, a more hungry, determined Henry. Henry's put in the best training camp in his whole MMA career.
We're preparing for Dino at his best, you know, and we're putting a game plan in place where Henry will be more than prepared to impose himself on Dino.
We've gone into the best boxing gym in Ireland, the Celtic Warriors. training with Ireland's best boxers, and training with Ireland's best wrestlers, Ireland's best grapplers.
What I see, it's only 22, and he hits like a beast.
We have a total different training camp. We're up in swimming pool, building his cardio. He's swimming every day.
Tony put me in the pool. I can't swim, but he put me in the pool. We're doing some underwater training there, resistance, getting the lungs open up, you know, trying to get my cardio, trying to get my explosiveness, trying to get me fighting how I used to fight. It's awesome, man. Like, I feel good. I feel different. I feel unstoppable.
Henry's totally switched on. He is a more hungrier fighter. He's a stronger fighter. He's a faster fighter. And I mean, he is more determined to bring this belt home.
This is a guy that really hasn't taken training all that seriously, heavily relying on his natural talents and gifts. Now he's putting in a full training camp, and that is a scary thought.
If this training camp doesn't kill me, Dino's going to be a walk in the park, you know?
You know, I know I can take a punch. Fadipe knows I can take a punch. Come for the knockout, I dare you.
You can bounce around all you want. Honestly, I think I'm the best welterweight. And that's why I'm going to have my crown.
At EFC Africa 29, the continent's two best welterweights will go to war as Dino The Lion Bagattin takes on the Nigerian-born heavy hitter, Henry Hercules Fadipe.
On the one hand, you've got a clinical striker. On the other hand, you've got an unorthodox striker. It's going to make for one of the best fights in the welterweight division.
Dino Bagattin is one of the longest-serving athletes in EFC. Having made his debut at EFC 01, Bagattin has faced the best the division has to offer. And after claiming the welterweight title at EFC 23, Bagattin has proved he is the top dog in the division.
I was a champion before that. I slept like a champion, I ate like a champion, I trained like a champion. You know, I lived my life as a champion. So, you know, the belt was just the next level.
Yeah, I think he's he's come into his own. He knows what his style of fighting's about, and he backs himself wholeheartedly in those aspects.
Dino brings big match temperament, and not a lot of guys have that.
The reason Dino's fights are always exciting is that he loves to stand and trade. He really tries to knock his opponents out, and he doesn't mind making it messy and getting into an absolute dogfight.
That time he rocked him. Jacoby is in big trouble. Big trouble. Oh, right foot drop in the right hand by Bagattin. Right foot is hurt. Dino tries to get it over. Referee calls a stop to the fight.
Henry Fadipe is one of the strongest men in the division, and with his demolition of Van Staden and Opperman, Fadipe will feel confident of claiming the welterweight title as his own.
Since the first welterweight fight, it's always been my aim. I don't want to just be another fighter, I want to be remembered, you know. I don't want to just be another name on the list.
We're not travelling all the way over from Ireland to South Africa for a holiday. We're going there for a job. We're going there, and our job is to win that belt and bring that belt home.
Henry has natural ability, natural power. And you combine that with the work rate that he's putting in now. It's an unstoppable force.
You've seen one of the best knockouts from this guy, and you've seen one of the most technical submissions from this guy. You never know what to expect with Henry Fadipe.
Oh, drops Van Staden. Van Staden's in trouble. Oh, he jumps out. Fadipe has beaten the Punisher. Oh, he's knocked him out. He's knocked him out. Oh my goodness me. Henry Fadipe knocks him out with a vicious elbow.
He's a strong guy. That's it. I don't think much of him.
I don't know if it's from Fadipe being from Ireland or Nigeria. Maybe they're just disrespectful people. But when I'm finished with him on the 1st of May, he will respect me.
You can ask Martin, you can ask Opperman. Like, a lot of guys underestimate my power. I tag you once and that's all I need, you know. You're either going down and I finish you down, or you're going out, simple as.
I hope Dino, I know he's probably training new techniques, but I hope he's working on that chin, because he will go asleep.
An intense rivalry will finally be settled. Bagattin versus Fadipe.
They all come here to knock me. Tyron was going to knock me out. Look what happened to Tyron. You know, I know I can take a punch. Fadipe knows I can take a punch. Come for the knockout, I dare you.
Dino's not going to win. He's not going to beat me. Simple as. There's no chance in hell. Like, it's just not going to happen.
At At EFC Africa 29, defending welterweight champion Dino The Lion Bagattin lays it all on the line against the Nigerian-born Henry Hercules Fadipe, the hardest-hitting welterweight on the continent.
Bagattin is looking for the knockout.
And the new welterweight champion,
Henry Fadipe knocks him out. Calling a shot for the title. Dino Bagattin, hope you're watching.
An intense rivalry will finally be settled. EFC Africa 29, Bagattin versus Fadipe. 1 May, Carnival City. Tickets and broadcast information at efcafrica.com. At EFC Africa 29, 2 featherweights will battle it out for a shot at the title as crowd favorite Brendan Katz takes on the always dangerous BB Nienaber.
After DeMart Penna relinquished his featherweight title, Boyd Allen was given the #1 contender spot. This fight right here determines who fights Boyd Allen for the featherweight title.
This is a golden opportunity for both of these athletes. Now they've got an opportunity to show why they can be considered one of the best featherweights in Africa.
Winning motivates me. Winning's a result of the process. You know, you put in the work, you get the results, whatever. Losing scares the out of me. So, you know, I get through that process. I drag myself through it if I have to.
Brendan Katz is known as one of the toughest athletes in the organization, with an impressive performance against Costa Ianu and a KO of the night victory over Mark Jones.
Will there be one final killer blow? Brendan coming in.
oh! Knocks him out, one punch. Brendan Katz,
Wow!
Brendan Katz left the EFC after the Jones fight, but again returned to the Hexagon at EFC 24, where he took on Gareth Bierski.
The long-awaited return of Brendan Katz.
Big shot landed.
Bierski tried with that overhand right.
This is Bierski on his back and Katz in top position for most of this round. Now he's in half guard.
All 3 judges scored this contest 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Brendan Katz.
A decision for me is not a win. You know, it just means you ran out of time to find a winner, and you know, you kind of were doing better. So, you know, yeah, have a win. Didn't let my hands go. Bierski didn't really engage, and I didn't really engage. So that's not going to make for an exciting fight. You know, I hope I get more exciting opponents in the future.
A unanimous decision victory over Bierski. Katz was back, but standing in the way of his title challenge is Barned BB Gun Nienaber. Nienaber made his professional debut against Kanyeba Anisat at EFC 20.
I went in there, gave it my all, and there was a second round stoppage, which I choked him from behind.
Next up for Nienaber was Amos Latswayo.
My game plan was to take him down. Anyone that watched that fight knew exactly that's what I did.
A hard-fought unanimous decision for Nienaber meant he was another step closer to fulfilling his dream of becoming the EFC Africa featherweight champion.
Brendan Katz has been there before. He's a veteran of EFC Africa. He's been fighting for years, and he will be comfortable going into that co-main event. With BB Nienaber, though, he is the new blood. He is the talented, young, hungry guy. But it's going to be interesting to see how he handles the pressure of being in that co-main event.
You know, I had knockout power before. I wasn't training to really get strong. Now I'm getting strong. I'm going to look at you and you're going to fall over, you know. There's going to be some serious power coming.
I'll be aggressive and I'll be taking him to the cage. If not putting him down with my fist, I'm going to take him down and ground and pound him. Nienaber feels disrespected, and he's going to come out there very aggressive, which is exactly what Brendan Katz loves in a fight. This is going to be a barn burner.
Will the crowd favorite and self-proclaimed bad boy of EFC deliver on his promise and get the W? Or will BB Gun have what it takes to finish his opponent and march on toward the title? It's Brendan Katz versus Barned Nienaber.
Trying to suck me into a ground game because he's scared to stand with me. I think he should be scared to stand with me. I don't think he should be scared to go on the ground with me. He can choose where he wants to lose this fight.
When I get into that cage, it's me and you. I'm going to be aggressive, and you're going to get a beating.
EFC Africa 29, defending welterweight champion Dino The Lion Bagattin lays it all on the line against the Nigerian-born Henry Hercules Fadipe, the hardest-hitting welterweight on the continent.
Bagattin is looking for the knockout.
And the new welterweight champion,
Henry Fadipe knocks him out. Calling a shot for the title. Dino Bagattin, hope you're watching.
An intense rivalry will finally be settled. Bagattin versus Fadipe. 1 May, Carnival City. Tickets and broadcast information at efcafrica.com.